Welcome back to the Boneyard Podcast, everybody. This is your host, Jared Sheffield, along with my good friend,
Artemis Brower.
We're coming to you this week with episode 231. 231. Artemis.
Yo.
Your last day of being a 29-year-old in your 20s. Tomorrow, you're going to have to say, I'm in my 30s.
It's the last 2 hours and 13 minutes of me being 29, to be completely honest.
As we record this on February 26th, the year of our Lord 2025, almost said 2024. Wow.
That's all right.
Artemis is counting down the minutes until he is 30 years old. Artie, I should make you stay online and we just record until midnight.
Absolutely not.
We sing happy birthday to you at midnight.
I can tell you right now,
I want to be the first one to wish you a happy birthday.
If we go past 90 minutes, I'm logging off this bitch. I'm telling you that right now.
Come on now. Don't be like that, Artie. Don't be like that.
I'm gone.
I learned something earlier this week. Did you know in Germany it is bad luck to wish somebody a happy birthday before their actual birthday?
I can believe that. Yeah, I can believe that.
I didn't know that, and
because it's not their actual birthday.
Yeah, but like if you say happy early birthday, like that's normal. Hell, there's females that I know that celebrate their birthday for a whole month.
Well, yeah, I mean, we probably know a few people like that do that. Female and men that do.
I don't know any men that do it. If I do, we're not friends anymore.
No, that's a little much. That's a little much.
If you celebrate your birthday for an entire month, you are no longer a friend of the podcast. Just putting that out there.
I'll say this though: the 20s, since I am officially saying goodbye to my 20s, it was a very good decade. It's a very good run. It was filled with ups, with some downs, with some in-betweens, but a lot more pros than cons. So my 20s was absolutely phenomenal.
I'm trying to think best moment of your 20s, Artie. Go. Like give me your top 3 moments of your 20s. Like if we were to roll a montage clip of Artie's 20s, what would be the best 3 moments?
January 30th, 2021, my first date with my future wife.
Gotcha. Okay.
Shout out to Ashley. The Chicago trip that we took.
That feels like it was eons ago.
Right. I love that trip. That was a dope trip. I love that trip. That's definitely making the list. What would be third?
I don't know, starting a podcast that was at one point ranked the #1 sports podcast in Ghana.
There you go. That's my third. Starting the Boneyard podcast with my brother. Back during COVID.
Asking Mike Golick if he was down to be a Boneyard podcast intern 2 weeks after he was fired from ESPN.
That in itself. Interviewing Mike Golick in my kitchen. That's going to be some shit I tell my grandkids, to be honest with you. Like Mike Golick, you look him up, Google him. Yeah, I interviewed him in my kitchen.
Yeah. That was an early episode of the Boneyard podcast. That would have been like first 20, 30 episodes of the Boneyard podcast.
Yeah.
Because it was right before our first football game. Right before, I believe, ECU played Central Florida, and somehow he got selected to be on the broadcast for it. Yeah, I don't know how it all worked because he was fired from ESPN, but he was still broadcasting games for like ABC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and ECU Central Florida was one of the games of the week for whatever reason in 2020. That first game, yeah, lots of good. Took up golf.
I did take over. Still not good. We're playing this Saturday. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't swung a golf club in probably 4 months. So who knows?
All right. All right. I'll be out there and I'll be dialed in and I'll watch you kind of meander around the golf course. Luckily, it's a pretty wide open golf course, so you can't
Nice.
lose many balls. All right, Artie, episode 231. You got number 31 for me?
I think I have a number 31 for you. I think this player wore 31. So I'm just going to go with it. That's one Shane Battier. All right. A Duke alum, one of the all-time great Duke Blue Devils, had a very long NBA career, played for the Memphis Grizzlies and the Miami Heat and a few other teams in between. I believe he's an NBA. Yeah, no, he's definitely an NBA champion with the Miami Heat. I think he won 2 championships with the Heat. But I'm mainly shouting him out just for the Duke reference there. So my 31 for the week, Shane Battier. One of the, I wouldn't say one of the most underrated, but he's like under the radar, really good career, had a very, very longevity type of, honestly, I mean, he's up there with the JJ Redick type of like NBA career, longevity, sustained success, being able to be a guy that comes in and has a good career. So Shane Battier, it's my 31 for the week.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm gonna go. I had a different one teed up, but I'm gonna go with Jessica Korda. Have you ever heard of Jessica Korda?
I have
Artie?
not.
So Jessica Korda is the sister to she's a little less famous than her sister. Her sister is Nelly Korda. Jessica Korda plays on the LPGA tour. So she's a female golfer. The reason I pick her, Artie, you and Jessica share a birthday, and tomorrow she will be 32, so she is currently 31. I mean, she turned 18 during the second event of 2011. Just like looking at it on her on the PGA Tour, she's got 6 wins. And as far as like majors go, she's finished top 10 in all the majors. Her best year being in 2018 when she finished tied for 4th in the Women's PGA Championship and then tied for 8th in the Avion Championship. Also, if you're not familiar with the Korda family, they are a family of athletes. Her parents were both professional tennis players. Her father won a Grand Slam, and he won the 1998 Australian Open in tennis. And then her younger brother is also a 2018 Australian Open champion in the boys junior division. So,
Gene's crazy. Gene's
like this family, like, and when you look at like Nelly Korda is quite possible. I won't say she's the. I would put her at she's the Scotty Scheffler of women's golf.
Okay.
Her sister is the world number 1.
She can pop off at any point in time.
And she has, like, there was a time like last year or 2 years ago where between Nelly Korda and Scotty Scheffler, they went like 8 weeks without losing an event. Like, if he wasn't playing the men, like on the men's side, and she was playing, she won the LPGA tour, like, tour event. Then he would win the PGA tour event. Yep. It was insane. Like, they are the 2 world number 1s. Nelly Korda is 26 years old. But yeah, she's the number 1. She's won 14 times on the LPGA tour. So a little less, a little more famous than her sister Jessica, but yeah, she's the greatest women's golfer playing right now.
Love it. Love it.
So
Love the shout out. That's an excellent one.
yeah, I thought it was fitting. Hey, somebody that's turning 32. She's currently 31.
My Pisces sister.
What are you? I don't understand any of that stuff. We could go down a whole rabbit hole, but I don't. What's like the common like character trait of a Pisces?
Well, we're a water sign, right?
Water.
And we are very personable. We
Have you met Marty?
we no we know we are. We're very personal people. We're not. I would say most of us are introverted, but we're not like ultra introverted. So like we love hard. We can have a conversation with anybody. I feel like Pisces can go into a room and have a conversation with anyone, and be able to kind of attract anyone, talk to anyone. Anyone can like us. We can like anyone because we're like water. We go with the flow. So, but you piss us off, then it's like I feel like Pisces are also like it's not a 3-strike rule with Pisces. You very limited chances you have with Pisces before they cut you off for good.
Just remember, Jared, you're outnumbered here by Pisces. So
That you are. That's
You're a Pisces too?
I am as well. I'm a March Pisces though, so it's a slightly different.
It is. It's
slightly different, but most of the same exact qualities.
I'm a Gemini. Don't know what it means.
We know what Geminis are.
We know what Gemini. Hey, look, my best friend is a Gemini. My best friend.
I like you too, Josh. I like you too. No, I'm kidding. I think we have dual personalities or something like that. Like,
Yep.
which if you know me, you know that's the truth.
I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand.
Either you're my friend, or I want to rip your head off half the time. All right. Let's get into it. Around ECU athletics.
Do it.
Just kind of a quick around the horn. Women's basketball. So they are now 14-3, 6-9 in conference. They did bounce back after losing to North Texas over the weekend. They bounced back tonight with a win over Florida Atlantic.
Yeah.
They got 3 games left. Right now, the best that they can reach is the 6th seed in the conference tournament, but they have to win out against the top 2 teams in the standings with South Florida and UT San Antonio at home. So if you can get out to Minji's, go support these ladies. And look, we've seen it with Coach McNeil and this squad before. They don't care where they're seated. They're going to go into the tournament and try to make some noise.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to get a little bit better seating, but I'm not too worried about them. And then on the flip side, Artie, the men's team, can I just say, while this season has been filled with ups and downs and people talking crap about Mike Schwartz, hands up.
Yeah.
Hand up.
Us accordingly. Yeah.
We did it. We jumped on is it time to move on? I think a couple of weeks ago we even said like, hey, maybe we should just start defunding the ECU basketball program.
Yeah.
Treat it like a club sport.
They're finishing strong.
This team, Artie, may very well be the best team that we've had at ECU in the last decade, and quite possibly the last 2 or 3. Like this team is figuring it out down the stretch. Now, they still, for whatever reason, they can't hit the 3 for the most part.
Right.
They just can't. But they have ballers. This CJ Walker guy, man, an absolute stud. Absolute stud. And then, of course, you have RJ Felton. I believe RJ had like 20, I think it was like 23 points in the first half the other day. I mean, just absolutely in that game. I guess what was it, Charlotte? Just absolutely, just he's a baller. Both these guys, and Mike Schwartz. I'm gonna give him. I am gonna say here on the Boneyard podcast, I apologize. 3 weeks ago, I was just mad. I was mad. I want ECU basketball to succeed, and I want all the best for ECU basketball. I really do. I think that this program deserves it, and the fan base deserves it. Yeah. Do not let ECU Pirate fans have a reason to be super excited about basketball.
To celebrate basketball? Are you kidding me? Don't give us a reason to actually be happy about basketball. We're going to be obnoxious. We're going to be untamed.
This team, Artie. I mean, I think I saw it the other day. I think we're 4th in the conference as in regards to attendance. Like, imagine where we would be if we were 1st or 2nd in the conference, and like have a shot at winning the regular season title. Minji's would be full.
Yeah,
it would be full, and I'll say, like, outside of Memphis, when it comes to basketball, like, it's hard to find even with ECU, it's hard to find a team in our conference that has quite the fan base. Now, Florida Atlantic last year, after their magical Final Four run, they had fans there, but still, ECU fans show out no matter what, and they're going to be needed again this weekend because you got a big one. This game Sunday is against Charlotte, but then when is that game? Who else comes in after that Charlotte game?
You've got Tulane, you've got FAU, you've got Charlotte to end the season. That's what you've got. So, and Tulane and FAU are the ones right above us. Like, literally the two teams that are like 1 and 2 above us in the conference standings. So overall, I mean, literally, like, this team does have an opportunity to legitimately finish 19 and 12 if they want to. We're already sitting at 4 games over.
Here's the thing.
We're going to finish above 500 regardless.
Here's the thing. Here's what we all need to be hoping for. So ECU needs to beat Charlotte, Tulane, and Florida Atlantic. Right? They have to win out. If Tulane drops that game to UAB, that will put ECU in the 4 seed.
It's absurd.
No.
Did I have that backwards?
No, that's now mathematically not possible now that Tulane has beat Charlotte. Tulane only has 3 games left, or 2 games left in conference. ECU has 3. So now we're a game and a half back. So even if we beat them, or we're 2.5 games back. So even if we beat Tulane, we would still be behind by a win.
Even if they lost to UAB.
Even if they lost to UAB, yes.
So we need them to lose 2 games.
We even if they lost, well, no, because they only have 2 games left. That's the thing. They needed to lose 2 of their last 3.
So we're not getting it.
Okay, I'm going off of what the notes have here. So my bad.
Did I write that wrong?
Yeah.
It does say.
But it's all good.
Oh. Good.
Maybe that's copied from last week.
No. That's right.
So, all right, Josh.
Sorry.
Which one? So
the notes were right. Yes.
So it is possible.
Yes, it is possible.
So you said it's a chance.
Yeah, it is possible.
Walk the damn plank, Josh.
Yes, I will walk the plank. I did the mental math again, and then I was like, wait, no, my mental math was wrong. The mental math was wrong. The notes are right.
You had it right the first time. You had to write the notes.
I had it right in the notes.
What's the meme? Science. Oh man. This is what we need to figure out, how to not record at 9:30 on a Wednesday night. Is it Wednesday or is it Tuesday?
It's
What,
Wednesday.
We're just exhausted human beings.
what
real
day
job.
is it?
Hey, but RJ Felton though.
Yes.
RJ Felton
Has the potential to finish number 2?
has the potential to finish number 2.
All-time scoring in ECU basketball program history. That's incredible. That's incredible. It almost and it feels like he has been here forever, because he has been here forever. But it's like such a deserving career. Someone who's gone through the gamut, the gauntlet, just the scrutiny, the highs and lows, the ups and downs. So good for RJ. I'm happy for
Look, RJ. Now, while he doesn't have the accreditation that Holton Ahlers has, he basically did the same thing. In a world where everybody can transfer and leave and go wherever they want to,
you. Stay.
RJ could have left.
Yes, he could have.
And he decided to stay and run it back this year with Mike Schwartz and ECU. And so same as Holton, right? Like I remember setting those notifications for Holton when he said, I'm making an announcement, thinking, okay, he's either transferring or he's entering the draft and foregoing his last year of eligibility. And same thing with RJ last year, right? Just an absolute stud when it comes to ECU basketball. I mean, he and CJ Walker, I'm not going to say they're going to play in the NBA, but scouts are taking notice of those two, especially CJ Walker.
Josh, I want to ask you real quick. Realistic finish for ECU basketball, because our last 3 games, we're right there with all these teams. Charlotte's at the very bottom. Like, do you see it? Do you see a 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3? Do you think that can happen?
As an ECU basketball watcher, right? After seeing that UTSA game, and after seeing the second half, really the last 12 minutes of the Tulane game, and seeing the Charlotte game, and then seeing the UAB win, this team could win out. This team could win out, and they could win by 7 in every single game. It's a matter of it's just a matter of the consistency from game to game to game.
Right.
And honestly, do I even want to see them do that? Would I want to see them do that and get the double bye? Sure. But would I also rather them maybe drop one of these last ones and then make the run in the tourney? So that's where my heart's kind of at, because I'm like, look, I've seen high school teams go undefeated in the regular season and then get to the quarterfinals and lose. I've seen how momentum can only take you so far, and all of a sudden you get a little complacent, And if they win out, get the double bye, who's this? I mean, that could be the biggest letdown of ECU history, just because of the complacency that may set in. So I'm just saying they could easily do it. Do I want them to? Actually, no, because I want them to have the run in the tournament. I want them to get those 3 in the tournament.
You got to get that burn in a little bit. Have
right.
The opening weekend, get that burn in. Yeah, opening. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
sense. That's my perspective.
I understand that, and we've seen it in other sports when you get that bye, right? Like, just looking at it,
you got to keep playing.
It's absolutely wild to me that this team lost to schools like Jacksonville State.
South Carolina loss looks really bad now.
Yeah. Gardner Webb,
North Alabama.
which don't look now. North Alabama's having a really good year. The real ones
Hey,
no.
But you're realistically telling me this team can have 20 wins right now. That's what you're telling me. They got 20 wins.
Yeah.
And then the fact that you lost to South Florida after their coach died.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we had to go that.
I mean, you can't lose that game. Like you just can't.
I mean, those kids still out there competing. Just because their coach died doesn't mean they're not out there competing. Doesn't mean they're out there trying to play hard.
The players didn't disappear, Jared. The players didn't disappear.
The players didn't pass away. Like it doesn't mean the players are out there to play.
Either way, North Alabama is tied for first in the ASUN. Like, which history tells us, like, it's not a bad basketball conference. You got Lipscomb in there. They're tied with North Alabama. You got Florida Gulf Coast. Shout out Joe Dooley. I mean, he's at Kansas now, but Florida Gulf Coast. I mean, you've got like they're pretty good. They're 19-8. No, 22-9. Excuse me, on the season. So, yeah, ECU has dropped some games that they shouldn't have. I mean, that Temple loss earlier, that Temple loss on the road, 98-94. That one stings, right? Like you should have definitely you could have definitely won that game. And the fact that you lost it in overtime hurts just a little bit more. So yeah, and they've been in a lot of these games. I mean, on the road at Memphis, took it down to the wire.
Yeah.
Right? UNC Wilmington is having a good year. Like they've played some good teams this year. So I mean, UNC, don't look now. UNC Wilmington's 22-7.
I'm a DCU. Regardless,
don't
I'm
let
happy have finished though. I mean, because the way we were talking about them, the way we should have been talking about them a few weeks ago, it was dark and gloom. The fact that they have a chance to finish 7 games over 500 is incredible. So, do I think they will do that? No, but if they can get to at least 18, I'm satisfied.
That's going to be that game. ECU Tulane is going to be big.
Yes, it is.
It's exciting stuff. It's exciting to be playing like basketball that matters this late into the season.
We're almost in March, and we have some hopeful optimism with ECU basketball, and that's something that throughout the history of ECU basketball you cannot say. And we have some hopeful optimism about this team going into our conference tournament. Do I think we're going to win the conference tournament? No. Memphis is going to run away with the conference tournament, but
I don't know, man. I don't know about that.
I just want to drop a quick little number in here, and that's 38.1%. That's ECU's defensive 3-point percentage. So if we can somehow get teams to stop shooting the three, we could easily do it. Right. We are 351 out of 355 in percentage allowed. So we if we could just get them to stop doing that, we just don't do that to us, and we'll be just fine.
351 out of 355.
And Florida Atlantic is 353.
Oh my God.
Nobody defends
barely worse than us.
Nobody defends the three ball in
That reminds me of that
Florida.
list of ECU football a few years ago. We was like what was it, 130 something out of 136 in FBS, some total defense.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
I believe Miami is the worst 3-point defense in the country.
Yes, 39.5%.
They're giving up 40%.
We are too. What do you mean? We had 38.
They got absolutely
No
dog
different.
walked by Duke last night.
38 is no different though. I mean, like it's really not that.
For people that don't know basketball, they're like, oh, 38, 39% is not that. No, that is an absurd number to be giving up from three. Oh my God.
Hey, RJ Felton's sitting at 37.4% though this season from three. So just give it to him every time that the other team makes it, and we'll keep up.
I just I feel like we got to be up there in rebounds, but looking at it, it doesn't look like we are. I feel like we're pretty good on the glass. Oh, we're 69th. Nice. All right. Now anything else on basketball?
We actually spent more time on basketball than we have in a long time. So
yeah. I said 3 weeks ago we were done talking about the sport.
It's been almost 15 minutes on basketball. Look at that.
Josh, can you pull up are the odds out there for American Athletic Conference title championship? What's ECU at? Let's give our guesses, Artie. I'm gonna say plus 7,500. It's either that or it's plus 10,000. I think they give us some shot.
Something like plus 85 to 9,000.
The American Conference is not out yet. Just the Mountain West regular season winner. That's the only one that's up right now on FanDuel.
I keep refreshing to see when that initial line comes out for ECU NC State. There's a lot of lines out there already, but give me that future.
Love it.
Are we collectively saying we're taking ECU at plus 7,500 if that's there?
Yeah. I mean, I would take it. Yeah.
Why not? Yellow.
I'm with you.
Gotcha. All right. Baseball. Look, the sky's not falling. Sky's not falling. You played
but we got to make us some ground.
That's perfectly fine. I was texting with a good friend of the podcast, Catherine Brinkley, a Carolina alum, and long time
right now. My goodness.
What's that?
I mean, they're looking excellent right now. So
yeah, they're definitely a top 10 team in the country. They most definitely are. Look, ECU, we knew what was going to happen this year, right? ECU could still very well win this conference.
Yeah.
Which is all you need to do, right? That's all you need to do. You got a good win tonight against Old Dominion. Okay. Just looking at it though, you played a top 10 team over 3 days, and at different points in the game, I'm trying to remember each game individually, but really the only game that you weren't in was that Saturday game. Or was it the Sunday? I'm getting them all mixed up.
Sunday game.
But the Sunday game. I thought it was Tuesday earlier, so excuse me. You've been in all these games, and you haven't been able to close it out because you haven't had that clutch hitting that we've seen out of Cliff Godwin teams and ECU baseball the past 3 or 4 years, right? Last year we talked all about how, hey, when ECU starts to score, they score in bunches, and it's just a revolving door around the bases. You haven't had that this year, and a lot of that has to do with the youth on this team. And I know Cliff Godwin and others around the program don't want us to talk about, hey, how young this team is, but it's the truth. When you have, I believe it was 17 strikeouts on Monday against UNC. There's only 27 outs in a ball game. And you struck out 17 times. It's not that these guys can't hit. They can hit. You got to remember, ECU always has one of the top recruiting classes in the country when it comes to baseball. ECU is a place that kids want to come play, but when you're bringing in so many freshmen and trying to figure out a lineup that has never played together, and when the lights are on, you're going to have this. And these guys, yes, they were some of the top athletes in high school. But when you come to college and you're playing against guys that are seniors and looking to be first-round draft picks, it's different stuff, man. You're not playing against Jimmy who's worried about getting a B- in chemistry. These guys are basically professional athletes that you're playing against. And you've got to figure it out. The level of baseball progresses so much from high school to college, and then even more so from college to the pro levels, right? And it's going to take some time. I told Catherine, I said, this was after the Saturday game. I said, I don't think we'll win a game in this series, but watch out. Come the end of the year, I think ECU is going to be one of the most dangerous 2 or 3 seeds in the country. You got swept by a top 10 team in the country. Stop crying about it. Like, yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. I wanted to win that series so badly. Just like all those players, just like all the fans. We all wanted to win. But we got to be realistic about where we're at this year. And know that this team is set up for a long time to be good. And we saw it. Things are starting to come together. We saw it tonight. Artie?
Well, Josh got a video pulled up, so I'm gonna
Cliff has a few words for you. Cliff has a few words for you.
Play it.
Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's a great experience. I mean, we hit 3 freshmen in the top of the lineup today. I mean, nobody would say, you do that, and they put together some really good at-bats. We're going to continue to play freshmen, and we're growing up real fast for everybody that says we're too young to win. So we'll see where we are at the end of the season.
I love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I concur with everything that you said, and I like when you brought up. We got to realize where we are this season, right? We're a young team. We're playing a lot of young kids, a lot of freshmen, and we're gonna be okay. We're gonna make adjustments. I'm not saying it's gonna be like it was 2-3 years ago when we went on that stretch run of just ridiculous 20 game win streak. That was just absurd. I'm not saying that, but the season is still young. We got swept by a top 10 team. If we're gonna get swept by anybody, at least it's not Bryant. At least it's a top 5, top 10 team in the entire nation. And we bounced back well today against Old Dominion. We won convincingly 8-2. So we're going to beat lesser inferior opponents. That to me that doesn't worry me, right? It's the better competition. It's the teams that we have to beat coming in the postseason, going into regionals and super regionals. That's the issue with ECU. It's not beating inferior teams. It's not even winning the conference. I still think we're going to be right there at the very end, competing for a conference championship, if not winning a conference championship. It's can these young guys, can Cliff Godwin, which I believe he will do, put these young men in a position to compete with the upper echelon in this state. Because if you can compete with the upper echelon in this state, you can compete with the upper echelon anywhere in the country.
And
so
everybody's talking about the sky falling in Greenville. Take a look down the road in Raleigh. I mean, UNC Raleigh or NC State has lost, I think, 5 straight now. Just they don't look good either.
Haven't kept up with them. I didn't know that.
They don't look good either. And they're just as worried as we are. I have belief in Cliff Godwin. I have belief in this program. They sold their soul for a Final Four appearance last year. We've seen it this year. So just know it could be worse. That's all I'll say. And that's the thing. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I'll say it all the time. In baseball, especially in college baseball, anybody can beat anybody on any given night. If your stuff's better than my stuff tonight, guess what? You win. My stuff's better than your stuff tonight. Guess what? I win. You see it all the time, these teams, and they call it upsets. I don't think there's a real upset in college baseball. Yes, there are teams that are ranked better, and yes, there are better teams. There are teams that are very good. I think Tennessee is a very good baseball team this year. This may be the best team that they've had ever. But they could lose. You can lose to anybody. And ECU just needs some luck. They're going to need a little more luck this year than in past years. That's all I got to say. LeClaire Classic this weekend. Josh, tell me about it.
Yeah, so we've got 3 varying levels of competition coming into this game, into this weekend. We got Kent State, who's sitting at 1-5. They just got swept by Mercer on the road. So
go Bears.
Then we play Indiana State, who's 5-3 after a hot start. I think they actually won their first 2 games, so I think they're on a 2-3-5 game right now.
Same conference as Evansville, right?
Yeah. And then we got Virginia Tech on Sunday. Remember, guys, the basketball game's at noon. You can make it to the basketball game and to the baseball game. You can do it. And that's the game that we'll really see what ECU's made out of, because Virginia Tech's coming in here at 6-2.
Yeah.
Who's Virginia Tech played? Do you have that?
Yeah, I've got it up. Let's see. I thought I had it up. Had it up earlier.
I got you. So they have played. Come on, load. I mean, they played Bucknell to start the season, and they lost to UNCG and beat East Tennessee. Make sure I'm saying that right. East Tennessee State University. I know I got.
Don't fall victim to the same shit they do to us.
No, I know I did it. I did it before, and I mean they have a loss to Bucknell and UNCG, which after
home
losing,
home
loss. I believe they haven't played on the road.
Yeah, they haven't.
And then, but that Sunday game against Bucknell, they beat them 27-1.
I mean, 19-0, then you lose 6-8, and then you win 27-1 and 7. Yeah, I guess. But yeah, the
Yeah.
games at ECU and the Leclerc Classic will be the first games outside of Blacksburg for Virginia Tech, and they won't leave Blacksburg again until they play JMU at JMU on March 11th before
Still
coming
in
back
Virginia.
to Raleigh in March 14th. So they don't leave the state of Virginia until March 14th after coming to the Leclerc Classic.
Wow.
It's wild.
Some home cooking right there. That's all I'll say. That is some home cooking.
Which, I mean, Blacksburg is a very nice town. I'll say that. I can't say much good about Virginia Tech. I really enjoyed Blacksburg, my time in Blacksburg.
Their only road non-conference game outside of the ECU Leclerc Classic will be at East Tennessee State University. Otherwise, they are in the state of Virginia or on an ACC mandatory road trip.
They don't play. They play at Radford.
At Radford?
Yeah.
That's in Virginia.
Oh, I thought you said they're. My bad. I thought you said they weren't playing like their only like road game as a whole.
Oh no! You got to play at least a couple of road.
I was like, Josh, what are you talking about, dude? Yeah, I mean, looking at it, damn. Do they play? No, who played Mercer?
Mercer is Kent State.
Kent State.
Yes, Kent State was swept by Mercer.
How in the world does
Mercer get on these schedules?
How are they playing a weekend series against Mercer?
I'm with Josh.
That's what I'm saying. Like Mercer's on Virginia Tech schedule for a 2-game and last little Saturday, Sunday. So
yeah, but like during conference play, how do they get on? I don't know. All right, enough about Virginia Tech. Those bastards. All right, what's next? R1 status. How did we not mention this last week? We got off, and I was like, I think I even said after we recorded, I was like, I feel like we forgot something. And the thing that we forgot was ECU has achieved R1 status from Carnegie Mellon.
Incredible.
Carnegie Research Institution.
Carnegie, whatever. Doesn't matter.
No, it's not Carnegie, whatever, bro. This is Carnegie. Like, stop.
I thought they were the same thing. Are they not the same thing?
No, Carnegie Mellon is its own institution.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Like Carnegie Hall is not related to any of this.
What?
It's just named after the same man. The same man and his wife gave a lot of money to a lot of people.
How are these not connected then?
They are just by the money that started them. That's all that it is.
But they are different, separate entities that do different.
What?
Wait till I tell you about Vanderbilt.
Oh, I know about the Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt is a classic example.
The Vanderbilts ended up losing a lot of their money though. Okay, this is news to me. Talk to me more about Carnegie.
So basically, the Carnegie Institute they rank institutions based on different criteria multiple times a decade. They did their update to their classifications for leadership and public service, public purpose in 2024. And ECU was the only institution in the state of North Carolina to be on that classification list.
How many schools are on that list, like as a whole? Do you know?
I'm not sure.
That's fine. I'll put you on the spot. Don't worry about it.
25. Sorry, 25.
Not bad.
So 1 out of 25 in the country. And then also in 2024, we were published as a classified or reclassified community engagement university, one of 6 in the state of North Carolina. But we are the only institution to have the trifecta of now being our R1 highest level research institution by Carnegie and the 2024 classification distinctions. So everybody kneel to your masters.
I thought the ECU education didn't mean nothing. I thought everybody kept telling us the ECU education ain't shit. That's what I thought everybody else said. Okay.
I mean, look, if Duke couldn't do it, if Wake couldn't do it, I mean, if Chapel Hill couldn't do it, State couldn't do it, High Point couldn't do it. I mean,
look, I could talk for days about High Point University. Those people over there are absolutely nuts. No, I mean, hopefully, here's what I'll say. Hopefully, the kids coming out of college now won't have to answer, and I don't know if this has been the same way for y'all. They won't have to answer the question that I've had to answer in every single job interview that I've taken when they see East Carolina on my resume.
I know what you're saying. I know.
Oh, you went to East Carolina. That's a party school, right?
Bingo.
You know, the answer I give them every single damn time I get that question. Yes, ECU is known for being a party school. Back when Artie and I were freshmen, I believe the number was like only 25% of freshmen graduate in 4 years. That was the number. Don't fact check me. It was around there. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, but it was around there. And I remember people saying that. And I remember that number being like tossed around when we were at things at ECU. And I tell people that. And I say, look, I graduated in 4 years. Yes, I had a blast. I can out-chug anybody else on your staff.
Jared does not say this in interviews. He's lying at this point. He does not say this in interviews.
I would say that I had a good time. Let them know you have a good time, but you know how to work. You know how to play hard, but you know how to work hard too. That's all you got to do.
But I'm with you because that literally every single time.
Every single job interview.
That job interview, outside conversation. Oh, you went to ECU? Oh, that's a party school.
Oh, I love how I used to go to Halloween there.
Halloween weekend. Let's talk about Halloween weekend.
Right. Were you there when they threw a sign through the bus? Yeah. No. Stop asking that question.
ECU education wasn't shit.
Stop at. I doubt you say that to people that graduated from West Virginia. I doubt you say that to people that graduated from Arizona State, but you say it to people that graduated from East Carolina. Stop saying that. We out here. We're doing things in life. Sorry about it. I hate that with a passion.
I'm with you because the ECU business network and social network is very, very strong, and we out here. But people don't want to recognize it.
I had a meeting this afternoon with the highest level leadership in my organization, and I made sure to wear ECU to the meeting.
I thought for sure you were going to show off the Boneyard podcast polo. I was like, Josh, you can turn it down a little bit, bro. Geez, Louise. Yeah, no, that's exciting stuff for ECU.
Yes, it is.
All right. Josh, I think you had some trivia for us.
I did. In honor of Artie's birthday, just some quick trivia. NFL draft, okay? These players were drafted either 2nd or 27th. You tell me which one, Artie. You tell me which one.
Oh, shit, I like this. Okay.
All right. Rashad Penny, running back.
I've heard the name Rashad Penny. I'm going to say 27th.
27th.
Okay.
All right. Leonard Davis, offensive guard, Pro Bowler. A name that has been forgotten to time. 2nd or 27th?
Oh. I feel like old linemen are very important. They go high all the time. I'm going to say 2nd.
2nd.
Look at you, Artie.
2 for 2. 2 for 2.
Okay.
All right. Last one. Michael Bennett, running back. Michael Bennett. 2nd or 27th?
I've never heard the name Michael Bennett. There's no way he went 2nd. I'm actually shocked he went 27. I'm shocked he went 27. There's no way he went second.
So you're saying 27th?
I'm saying he went 27.
He did go 27.
Wow, Artie, 3 for 3.
3 for 3.
Good stuff, man.
Now, see, I figured you could parse through those. So I got three other. I got one more level.
Okay.
MLB draft from ECU.
Oh,
Over under 227.
All right, I'll say that again. MLB draft.
Over under 227. These players from ECU drafted in the MLB.
Dick.
Over or under 227 overall. Okay. Over under 227. So were they drafted after the 227th or before the 227th?
Okay.
All right. Spencer Brickhouse.
After.
Before.
Damn.
Zach Agnos.
Damn, I should know this.
An ECU great. The second generation.
After. Okay.
All right. Jake Agnos.
Oh, I should know this one too. Shit. They can't all be after. I'm going before.
Before. All right. And Jacob Jenkins Coward.
This was last year, Artie.
This was just last summer.
I don't know. I'm going after.
Yes.
Good job. Hey, I mean, what do you go?
I mean, that's
3 and 1?
3 for 3 out of 4.
Come on, dog. Come
3
on
out of
now.
4.
Come on now.
Now here's the question. Who was drafted the highest, as in highest number, and who was drafted the lowest?
Ooh.
Of those 4?
That I don't know. I'm not even going to try and guess that.
Jared, you going to try that? You going to try that one?
I'm going to defer to my friend.
I think it's. I feel like I remember being upset by the pick. Was it Zach that was drafted the highest?
Yes, 296.
And then I want to say JJC was the lowest.
No,
Was it Jake?
Jake was the lowest, 135.
Wow.
What was JJC?
JJC was 244.
Why was I thinking that he was? I should have known that.
I remember being frustrated. I remember being upset about that one. I thought that was way too far in the draft for him to go.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, just a couple more little fun facts. Can you name the team that Bob Cousy set the record for most assists with 28 against back in 1959?
No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna try. Yeah, no, I don't.
You want to try, Jared?
No shot.
The Minnesota Lakers.
The Minnesota Lakers.
How would I know that, Josh?
It's the Lakers. It's Lakers Celtics. 1959. Bob Cousy.
Lakers, bro.
28 assists. And guess what? The Celtics scored 173 before the 3.
Pretty sure my grandfather was a teenager during them times.
What year did the USA beat the USSR in hockey on 227?
1983.
No.
Was it the 80s or 90s?
Neither. Jared, do you know?
Yeah, 1960.
1960.
God bless. Yeah, no, I'll never guess that.
And Carl Lewis, set which record in track and field on 227? Indoor season. Remember, this is indoor season.
Damn. If you said outdoor, I might have been able to guess this. Indoor, that's because indoor the numbers are weird. 60 meter?
No,
Damn, I don't know.
it was not even a track event. It was a field event. The indoor long jump.
That
The
makes sense.
indoor long jump record at 8.675 meters. Carl Lewis, a great on both track and field.
Great. Yes, one of the GOATs. Shout out Carl Lewis.
All right. And also, happy birthday to Gastonia, North Carolina native James Worthy, also born on 227.
So some other notable athletes born on 227. Artie, you share a birthday with Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, do I really? I did not know that. I did not know I
Yeah.
should have been with Tony Gonzalez. That's the first time in the history of my life I ever knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah. There's not a ton of like greats. I would say like 227 is not a great day.
Stop playing with me. Look, I always look at my birthday as kind of the unofficial ending of winter, especially when you live in North Carolina. The seasons are starting to change a little bit. The weather's getting nicer. You can be outside. Like when my birthday comes around, the weather is nice down here. Like we outside, baby. We outside. So,
Josh, what is your birthday?
March the 18th.
Athletes born 3/18. There's a lot of March birthdays. I got to give a shout out. My grandmother's birthday is Saturday, March 1st. This year, my cousin and my aunt both have birthdays in mid-March. So shout out to all those, and then of course Josh, the leprechaun baby. The day after Thanksgiving, or the day, Jesus fuck.
Thanksgiving.
I'm fucking done. I'm fucking finish this episode without me.
Come on back, Jared. Come on back. Now.
Oh my gosh. The leprechaun. Okay, first of all, the leprechaun. Like you could have said anything else about St. Patrick's Day. Like you could have said anything else. Oh goodness.
Nah, he be gone too.
He might really
be gone. Oh, he had to grab I didn't even let y'all know though. Y'all see it here.
Jesus Christ.
I got me a little
Thanksgiving.
Artie got doubles. Artie got the doubles.
Hey, look, we still a pirate now. We still a pirate. Stop playing.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah, that's what you said. That's what you. I don't know if that's what you meant.
That's not what I meant.
That's what you said.
I meant St. Patrick's Day. Who gets St. Patrick's Day and Thanksgiving confused?
Jared Chaffet.
Oh man, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a real good one, Jared.
And I knew as soon as I said it. I knew as soon as I said it.
Now he's gone. He's gone. He's gone. All right. Oh goodness.
Oh, that though. Do we have anything left on the list?
No. You got to walk the plank. we'll just wrap it.
Shit, my walk the plank is Jared Chaffet.
Yes, right now it is Jared. Jared is the current king of walk the plank.
To walk the plank for not getting it right.
Oh man.
No dipset on a live broadcast. As he loads and loads, he goes.
I am done with this episode.
All right, we said you're the only walk the plank, so if you want to go ahead and close it out, feel free.
This is. I have been
What's up,
struggling.
baby?
I'll admit. I'll take the walk the plank. I've been struggling all episode. I just have. Wow, tough scene here in the Shaffett household. Confusing St. Patrick's Day with one of the greatest holidays, Thanksgiving.
I actually like St. Patrick's Day more than I like Thanksgiving.
I do like St. Patrick's Day a lot. Artie knows my family gets after it on St. Patrick's Day.
I'm a big fan of St. Patrick's Day.
Artie's about the size of a leprechaun.
Stop playing with me, man. See, this is just disrespect. See, now
Small
you just being
body.
disrespectful. You ain't gotta be disrespectful like that. You just being disrespectful.
I promise I will be better, Part Nation. I will be better. God bless.
Jared, you gotta walk the plank?
I had one, but I don't want to go there. Josh, I wanted to give you the opportunity. I know y'all. I am the king of walk the plank this week. Hand up, I'm the king. Josh, what happened at the end of the race in Atlanta on Sunday?
They threw a damn caution. He ain't thrown a caution in a week and a half. What the hell you throwing a caution? Caution for the last lap. Now, race to the damn finish line now. You done started it. Let's keep going. Race to the finish line. Shit. Why we keep changing shit? Be consistent.
You know, Josh, the other day, 2 weeks ago, I was like, yeah, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to actually watch the Daytona 500, and I'm going to try to get it back into racing. I completely missed the Daytona 500. And then I was like, let me turn on the Atlanta race. And I was like, this just, no. And I turned it right back off.
Now, Atlanta was good racing. It was good racing, but it's just a matter of you got to be consistent. And now we know that the consistency will be that they will throw the caution on the last lap. And honestly, I don't want that. Now that I've seen a race back to the finish line, use your discretion and just put a spot on the racetrack and say, if we pass this point, we'll throw the caution. If we're not past this point, we won't throw it. We'll do something. Make it official rule. It's so much judgment call in NASCAR. That's the thing that's the worst part. It's like if we didn't have instant replay in the NFL. And every call just stood, and that's how every single game ended. Like
that's how MLB was for the longest time.
Like it's so just because then when you throw the caution like that, now you got to go look at the screen, see when the last timing loop was passed, who was leading at the time of caution, all this XYZ. It's like, guys, just let them race back to the if you just say race back to the finish line. And when the first person crosses, that's when we'll throw the yellow.
Back in my day, we raced to the finish line on every caution.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate right now. I just want it at the end of the race. I just want it at the end of the race, as long as, like the Daytona 500, most cars, not all cars, but at least most cars were already past the incident. Just let them race at that point. Like it's.
How do you feel about Ryan Preece?
Ryan Preece needs to retire before he dies. Not even trying to be funny.
Oh, hold on. Backstory. What's going on with Ryan Preece?
Ryan Preece has flipped. Not like regular flips. He has flipped.
Oh, dangerous flips. Okay.
Dangerous flips. Now, I think this is the third time. And
Twice at Daytona. Twice at Daytona.
Yeah, twice at Daytona. He flipped so bad last year that they paved the entire backstretch where there used to be grass. They just paved it. They said no more of a car hitting the grass and catching momentum and flipping. He still flipped, but this time he flipped with the front of his car is up in the air, and then he takes his tumble. Like I don't know.
He looked like an airplane taking off for
Literally.
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
look, whether you believe in God or not, you got to see the signs sometimes.
You got to see the signs, Ryan.
You got to see the signs.
You got to see the signs, Ryan. Ryan Priest. If your name is Ryan, I don't think you need to race in NASCAR. Ryan Priest, Ryan Newman.
Ryan Newman. I still think about that Ryan Newman one from probably 2006.
No, the one from 2021, I think it was even worse. Or 2020 was even worse. Like
I wasn't watching NASCAR then, but I feel like he had one back in the early 2000s. Maybe I'm not remembering that correctly, but who was it that also had, like, there used to, if I felt like cars were flipping all the time in the old days, or is it more common now with the
You just have to take whatever's behind you and try to hang it.
It's less prevalent generally now. It's just at the super speedways when the speeds are the fastest. That's when it's just happening the most.
I'm thinking about going to Martinsville in a couple weeks.
They do have a deal, 2 tickets for 109.
Huh.
I haven't been to Martinsville since I was a teenager, like a young teenager. I like Martinsville though.
Huh. That might be something we do. I might go to Martinsville.
We should get a Boneyard podcast trip up to one of these. Just the three of us. We should go to a race. We're in racing country. That's why I go to a race.
I used to go to so many NASCAR races. Put Robin back into the racing.
Love it.
And yes, race back to the start finish line. In my opinion, every time. Josh, you got the video?
Yeah, I got the last.
Is this the wreck?
Yeah, this is the flip. This is the.
Hang on to it.
This isn't the scenario that I think I would want if I was a teammate, with being door to door with my teammate, Hamlin and Bell, for this front.
He gets fell into the wall off of the front
Off of
bumper,
Custer.
and up in the air
my.
goes Ryan Priest. And for the second time in his career, he is flipping at Daytona. Good grief.
Off the front bumper, we were talking about a lap before. Custer got to his bumper. That thing went side to side, and he couldn't hold on to it. It was one too many.
Great speed in that car all week long. Oh.
Look like you're coming Delta Airlines flight.
Oh,
Legit.
You think these guys aren't tough?
That's wild. We should go ride go-karts too.
I get aggressive with go-karts now though.
I do too.
I will put you in the wall,
I'm
Artie.
gonna get the hell out of you. Aggressive with
It's not bumper cars, it's go karts, man. What do you mean?
I will put you in the wall.
I'm gonna hit you. I'm a side check you and get you out of the way.
I'm gonna give you the old pit maneuver.
Yep. Gonna spin you out real quick.
Give you the bird as a drive by. All right. That's all I got. Good episode, y'all. Bad episode, Jared. Thanks for listening to us here at the Boneyard Podcast. Make sure you give us a 5-star review. You can give me a 1-star for this episode, but don't actually put it there. I'm taking my licks. I could be better.
Hey, gotta bounce back. Gotta bounce back. That's all.
Hey, just like I just finished the greatest comeback documentary on the Boston Red Sox on Netflix. Just like 2003 Red Sox.
Oh, great documentary. I thought you would have been seen that. Great documentary.
I watch what my wife watches when I'm not watching sports.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna next week. You're gonna get a championship quality podcast from yours truly. I promise that to y'all. Make sure you subscribe, leave us a 5-star review wherever you listen to your podcast. Artie, if they don't,
You can walk the damn plank.
and subscribe to our YouTube, because if you don't, Artemis,
You know what it is. Walk the plank, baby.
and follow us on social media. That's all I got. Love you, Pirate Nation.
Oh, Pirate Nation as always. Next time I see you, I'll be in my 30s. No going back. No rack.
Cheers to you, brother.
Love you. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Deuce.
Peace.